Hello there, and welcome back to Friendonkey Wrestling Season 3.
FDW, what is up?
I'll tell you what's up, Jose. We are kicking things off with an absolute banger and some fresh faces once again on FDW.
Absolutely. Match 2 of the 4-match qualifiers for Money in the Bank. And we see it opening with Kevin Owens.
Yep, a man with the bit between his teeth. A bit of history here on the channel, going back to the very first season of Universe Mode.
The Dory of the WWE, just keep fighting.
A many-time Intercontinental Champion, but will he find success as a future FDW champion? Who knows?
I mean, I think he definitely could. The possibilities are there. But will have to overcome his opponent tonight.
The field is very hotly contested at the minute. The landscape shifting, growing every single episode at the minute.
Yep, but I mean, if you can make it to the Money in the Bank, once you have that briefcase, chances are very high.
You say that, but I feel like we've yet to see a successful cash in.
To be fair, a lot of the series we've not seen people win the briefcase.
True, but last season we saw an unsuccessful cash in.
Speaking of people that have had an unsuccessful time of things lately, Ilya Dragunov, former Cruiserweight champion and almost holder of the record for the quickest defeat against Bronson Reed.
Yeah, in the unification match in Season 3, no longer a Cruiserweight champion, seeking to diversify his portfolio, finds himself in this qualifying match. Who knows? This could be the first rung on success to becoming the next FDW champion.
I mean, he could go for the FDW champion. Let's not forget that briefcase entitles him to go after any championship. This could be his way to get back at Bronson.
Very much so.
It's but he has quite the task here tonight. He's got to get through Kevin Owens, and after ruling the Cruiserweight division, I'm not too sure he's ready for the heavyweights.
Well, it'll be an interesting way to kick things off against Kevin Owens. Don't forget that in Season 2, Ilya Dragunov was the man who took out Gunter.
Oh, that does make him the man to beat then, I guess.
He is not one to be trifled with, but clearly Bronson Reed was a little bit beefier than Gunter.
Well, perhaps Dragunov let the power go to his head, and that slight slip off, he's probably rethought now. We should see a different Ilya Dragunov tonight.
We have seen it time and time again with Dragunov. When he loses, he really does learn from his mistakes, and he comes out very, very strong. And those opening blows, very much case in point, as Kevin Owens flattens him with a big boot. Looking to make his presence felt here on FDW.
That is Ilya's weakness, I'd say. He is a cruiserweight in a big man's world.
True, but his strikes are incredibly strong.
Against cruiserweights, not against the super heavyweights that we've seen, like Bronson.
Again, it was enough to take down the big boy Gunter. Enough to bleed every single time they went toe-to-toe with each other.
Come on, Gunther's not been good since Season 1.
I can dream, Jose. But again, he's making his presence felt, is Ilya Dragunov. He's in control of things and just...
How can you tell? This ref's right in the fucking way.
Get out of the way, ref!
This is why you don't hire people.
Yeah, where's Doug?
The matches.
But just strike after strike after strike from the Russian.
He is really laying waste to Kevin Owens here.
Having absolutely none of it. It ain't pretty, but it sure as hell is effective.
Kind of worried that he's heard what I've been saying about him and he's putting on a display just for me.
And there's a quick drop kick sending Kevin Owens to the outside, and as the ring general, he stands tall now.
Oh, whoa. Huge. Flying shoulder through the ropes.
And there's that cruiserweight background. That will catch these guys off guard.
But there's Kevin Owens shaking the cobwebs.
Both these men very decorated champions in their own right, as Kevin Owens hits a huge suplex there.
A lot of damage dealt to Kevin Owens, but... Well, a lot of blows have landed, but Kevin Owens doesn't seem that damaged.
Owens with great ring awareness now and great strategy with the ref with a count of 6. Owens knows that if he gets a count-out victory, he punches his ticket. If he can just control things, not quite, he hits the stunner.
Oh,
and that could be enough. As he, Dragunov with enough to kick out there.
Yeah, I'm not surprised he kicked out. The ref was slapping him awake. Someone get this ref some glasses.
She likes slapping people, does the ref.
She's got no depth perception, though.
Owens on the second rope. He's thinking about connecting with a huge missile drop kick there.
Beautiful drop kick. Dragunov rolling to try and get some space, but Kevin right over top of him.
And Owens showing that he can hang with the former Cruiserweight champion at his own pace as he hits the splash, but Dragunov sees it coming a mile off.
The speed of Dragunov should avoid that. And then straight on the attack.
That pin cinched in deep. Only a 1 count, but Owens with the reversal. Ref thinks about the count. And it's enough!
That's the 3.
Just caught Dragunov off guard. And that is a big victory for KO.
Yeah, Dragunov was not ready for the reversal there. The very quick manoeuvring of Kevin Owens, taking Dragunov by surprise.
Dragunov suffering 2 huge losses in the opening phases of FDW. Very true. But Kevin Owens will be joining Logan Paul in the Money in the Bank ladder match. 2 more slots
already
still
that
to
sounds
fill.
like a great match. So
it's fielding out quite nicely, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
As we head into the next match, once again the FDW champion in action.
Yeah, he's decided to take on. Wait, we saw it last week. Big Papa Pump.
He's come out and he clearly wants a bit more of Randy Orton.
Randy completely unaware. Obviously, Scott Steiner picked up a win against him last week, and well,
they're not done with each other. We were once again supposed to be seeing Randy Orton just go against Akam after the opening match of the season against Razor, but again Steiner with the both mind and physical games on Randy Orton. Will it be enough to throw the champion off his game?
I was about to say that Randy offered Akam a match here because he was impressed with Razor's ability in their first contest of the season and decided to see what else the tag team has to offer.
But the dynamic of this match very different. Both Orton and Razor coming in fresh-faced, all of their energy behind them, Orton with momentum on his side. But Akam now, you got to think that's the advantage after the assault from Scott Steiner. Randy's been in action for the past few episodes as well.
He has, and I mean, Akam's not gonna take this opportunity. You've got to take the shots as you're giving them, and if you're FDW champion, you've got to make do.
And fair play to Akam. He is going hole for hole with Randy Orton. That is some good graps going on. Manipulating the joint right behind the back. Smart targeting there from Akam, removing the arms from Randy Orton as again
giving Randy a piece of his own medicine there, the slow methodical assault.
Yeah, but now the patented Randy Orton headlock. Slowing things way down.
Yeah. Randy Orton is he's not the it's weird. Randy is a paradox in and of himself. His general wrestling is quite slow and methodical, but his finisher is so fast and sudden.
The legendary finisher with the 3 most dangerous letters in professional wrestling. On the second rope now, Randy thinks about a big move. Oh, that's a double axe handle. It doesn't get much bigger than that for Randy Orton.
No, clubbing blow. And there we go, the stomps.
Just systematically tearing Akam apart as he thinks about setting him up. Now, hearing those voices, and there it is.
Oh, there it is. I was going to say, you got to say hats off to Randy for offering those people on the undercard the chance to impress him.
And a much-needed victory after last week, Randy Orton.
In spite of the attack by Scott Steiner there as well.
Yeah. But clearly there are some issues that need to be dealt with there.
Well, you've got to imagine, if you're Randy Orton, Scott Steiner, you best be looking over your shoulder.
Absolutely. And you can tell that Randy's got something on his mind.
He's always got something on his mind. There's always
the
several
voices.
voices.
The Big Atlas pose. The FDW champion.
He's earned the ability to pose like that.
Hopping into the next match. It's a pretty stacked card here this evening. As we're seeing many champions in action.
We've got a bit of tag team. Well, not tag team action, but tag teams going at it one-on-one. Obviously, if you caught Backlash, you would have seen The Shield, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, going up against Fraxium in what I would say is one of the best matches of the night.
Yep, arguably the highlight of Season 3 thus far. Fraxium have made a huge impact here on FDW.
They've impressed everyone. They've impressed us. They've impressed the crowd. They impressed the champs enough to actually be chosen for the match.
But the finish of that match was slightly controversial, lest we forget. They went toe-to-toe, hold for hold, blow for blow, and then just a little bit of wonky ref positioning at the end. Was the ref on the take? Have they had a word with the champions beforehand?
It did seem rather scuffed.
Yeah.
And Fraxium not done with the tag champs, demanding sort of some one-on-one action here tonight.
A bit of retribution, to say the least, but they're more than happy to oblige.
Yep.
In singles action, no less.
Yeah, with two of the most exciting individuals I can imagine.
Yeah. But it's still quite the challenge to throw down, even in a singles action, because Seth and Roman have a proven track record of singles action.
Former world champs, each one of them.
Yep. Seth Rollins, probably the measuring stick here on FDW.
Absolutely. And now Nathan Frazier. He has been a surprise since stepping into that ring. Everything he does makes me go, ooh, ah.
Well, it's certainly given a new lease of life to Axiom. We've seen Axiom featured throughout the season 1 and 2, I believe.
I would say, yeah, definitely. Axiom, I would say, struggled in season 1 as a singles competitor.
Well, he had a brief glimpse as a cruiserweight champion.
It was quite brief.
It was incredibly brief, but a championship's a championship.
Absolutely, but as a tag team, I think they're set for greatness.
The walking highlight reels.
Absolutely.
A singles action here to kick things off in the third match of the evening. Fraser versus Rollins.
Looking forward to this one.
This should be a good contest. We saw them going toe-to-toe at the pay-per-view.
Toe-to-toe-to-toe-to-toe.
And immediately they lock up. And you can tell they are...
these high flyers.
Well, you can tell how evenly matched they are. You know, it's nothing immediately so one-sided, but Seth coming out the gate, swinging, hitting the big knee.
Seth showing his experience over Fraser here.
And diversity, but Fraser off with a huge moonsault off the top rope, thinking about getting an early pinfall on Rollins, showing that I am here to play.
And here it goes. This is their bread and butter, speed.
Seth has shown he can keep up.
These two.
Tilt-a-whirl DDT there from Fraser. Seth sees it coming, hits the reversal, and that has only fired up the young upstart, Nathan Fraser.
Begin slogging it out in the centre of the ring.
Now they do have a history, these two. I've learned recently that Seth Rollins was one of the men who trained Nathan Fraser
Oh,
So,
so some serious
battle of
history then.
Master and Apprentice. It's Anakin versus Obi-Wan is what it is.
Yeah.
When I left
Doug
you,
does
I was
actually
but the
look a bit
learner.
like the Emperor.
Yeah. Now I am the champion. Only a champion of evil, Seth. As I was
Hang
almost
on.
speaking into existence, champion of evil. Roman Reigns with the
Oh, some dirty tactics there by Reigns and Rollins.
Careful, Seth. Your Vader's showing. Seth immediately locks in a figure four on Fraser on the legs, but Fraser reversing it.
And did Rollins throw in a bat? Oh, Reigns throwing a bat?
I didn't see where the bat came from, but that's how sneaky and underhanded they're being. Nobody saw it, apart from Doug.
Doug's been on top of it, but then it's hard to put something past. Super kick!
Huge super kick, and it was enough to exhaust Nathan Fraser as he just collapses.
Gonna say, I was worried he might have pulled a muscle there. But nothing gets past Doug's eyes. Doug sees all, whether he wants to or not.
Kick to the midsection from Rollins. There's the swinging net breaker.
Rollins back on top now. And how much has that distraction by Reigns set Fraser back?
Enough that Rollins can hit. Oh my goodness. Fraser saw the pedigree coming and just reversed it.
I mean, if Seth's the one that trained Nathan Fraser, they've got to know every bit about themselves, each other and their moves.
But a true master never teaches their apprentice absolutely everything. As a count of 8 now.
Jesus.
Huge. Breaking the count as well as Fraser, and Seth Rollins almost teleports back to a vertical base.
I was going to say, I'm surprised either of these men is standing after that. That could have gone so bad.
I'm only surprised you're surprised. We know what Seth Rollins is capable of. We know a longer a match goes, he just is able to dig that little bit deeper.
Absolutely, he absorbs. He uses Bronson's tactic of bide.
As Roman Reigns, the difference maker, watching on count of 8 now as Nathan Fraser thinks about breaking the count. Surely not with a count out victory. Oh, and almost in a bit of a middle finger to Reigns and Rollins.
I mean,
what a screw finish at the pay-per-view. Here's a screw finish for us.
Fraser kept his eye on the count, kept his ear out. He made it back to the ring when he needed to.
Speaking of eyes, Fraser is clearly battered and bruised from that affair.
But a win for Nathan Fraser over Seth Rollins of all people.
It's huge. It's big.
It is huge. And if they were going to play dirty, then why shouldn't Fraxium?
Just once again showing how evenly matched they are.
Absolutely. But now, the main event.
Yeah, now for your main event, another champion in action.
Big Bronson Reed.
Big boy himself.
He is a beast, and that title is fucking gorgeous.
It may be a while before we see it come around, or come from the waist of Big Bronson.
He wears it with pride, and he don't let anyone near it.
He is
almost
the first
a fan
hybrid
for
champion.
It the other week.
Yep. Still one of my favourite videos ever of Bronson Reed is, I think, a match he was having against Braun Strowman, might actually be against Seth Rollins. He just picks someone out the crowd and throws them at Seth.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen that. That's brilliant.
So funny.
I'll attack you with a person.
Just throws a whole man at him. Just I
mean, he is an animal, is Big Bronson Reed. It's why we don't control him. He chooses what he wants to do.
Yep. Stalking his prey.
And tonight, his prey is another new face for FDW. That's going to be a running theme for this season. Another new face.
It's still early days. We've got new talent to showcase here, and this man, do not adjust your sets. It is not Ricochet. It is Sean Spears.
Ooh, just reminds me of Little Britain. A new member.
New member. You'll be dust.
Sean Spears walking out of the laser grid.
Freaking laser beams.
Now, I know nothing of Sean Spears, so you'll have to...
Sean Spears, solid track record. Former well, used to be in WWE as Ty Dillinger, left, carved a path for himself as a no-nonsense fighter, really taking his career to great heights in AEW, going toe-to-toe with Cody Rhodes there, no less, for the TNT Championship.
So an impressive pedigree.
But now back in the land of the WWE. You will know Shawn Spears. You know in the clip where Shawn Michaels superkicks Stan.
Yeah.
Shawn Spears is Stan.
I love that clip. I just kicked Stan.
And there's the episode title. If Bronson Reed wins, it's going, I just pinned Stan. No, we can't immediately undersell Shawn Spears on his debut. Just like, and this is Stan.
Yeah.
It's Stan Spears.
Stan Spears. Ooh, big knockdown by Bronson Reed there.
We know how hard he hits, but we don't know how hard Shawn Spears hits.
Yes, and he's looking to take it to Bronson Reed here, which is what you've got to do.
Manhandling him a little bit, but does he know what Bronson is capable of? I don't know if he does.
I don't think anyone does, really.
As he really is just throwing him round the ring, just like, welcome to FDW.
I mean, last season, or season 1, it was William Regal was the measuring stick, and Bronson Reed is definitely now that beast.
Oh, that's a flying beefy boy right there.
Like a Mack truck off a bridge. It's the scene in Terminator. Bronson takes it to the outside now. We don't want another count out here, boys, so please take it back to the ring.
Bronson does what he wants, you know. We must not
bounce.
question the will of the Reed.
Bounced off the corner post. And now thrown into the steps. Tenderizing his meat here.
Throwing him all around the arena now as Bronson heads to the top turnbuckle.
Surely not.
He was clearly watching the Fraser match and didn't want to be outdone.
No, not at all. Huge elbow drop by Bronson Reed.
Kalima. And he breaks the count. He is just playing with his food, and you gotta think this is just a matter of time.
It won't be I just pinned Stan, it will be I've just killed Stan.
Killed him so much that Eminem wrote a song about him.
Yep. Stan back to his feet now. Like I said, Stan back to his feet.
Oh, super kick! Sold the dummy. He just kicked Reed. Oh, when Reed sees it coming and just rolls out the way.
Reed absorbed that super kick like it was a sponge.
Oh, a little bit of miscommunication there, but Spears capitalised on it. Hits a neck breaker onto the champion.
That's what Spears has got to do in this situation. He's got to fight his way back into it. He's got to take advantage of these small windows. You can't let them have...
But again, Stan just perhaps a little dazed and confused, just throws himself into the ring.
He could have a concussion. I mean, he took a heavy knock on the outside and didn't get up for quite some time.
What a way to debut. Immediately gets a concussion. You'd have better luck going against the silverback gorilla.
That you would, as Shawn now
groggily climbing to the top.
Looking to take it to Bronson Reed here. He hasn't backed away from him.
Fair play.
He's just taken a bit of a beating.
Hooks the tree trunk leg. There's the 1, there's the 2, and a kick out from Reed.
Just a 2 count at this stage. Reed rolling out the ring now.
This time it's connecting as he throws himself over the top rope to the outside crossbody, and it really is those big moves you need to keep him throwing at Bronson Reed.
Yep. Wise decision by Shawn Spears. You can't let up. You've got to keep Bronson down.
It all depends if Bronson's decided to use Bide or not. We don't know.
It could just be, it could be just storing energy. Yep.
You know when he does. There it is. You know when he's unleashing Bide, because Shawn Spears will immediately bleed.
Yeah.
It's just Those onboard
Now
reserves of
Bronson
energy as he
Reed.
goes to the top once again, thinking about another elbow drop. Will Spears see it coming? This time he does, and rolls
Ooh,
out the
that's
way.
gonna hurt. Don't know if Reed caught himself on the stairs on the way down, but
Having
huge.
none of it, just dumping him and then into a senton.
Classic Bronson Reed style there.
But again, Bronson showing that he really is deserving of the hybrid championship.
He
Showing
can
that
do
he
it
can
all.
do all styles. You know, the high flying, the brawling, the power moves.
He can do it all because no one's brave enough to tell him he can't.
Yeah, even the technicality. You know, going hold for hold with the likes of Kurt Angle at this rate.
For a count of 6, though, these two might want to find their way back into the ring.
Sean Spears thinking about connecting with a finisher, but Bronson not quite having it. Gets him up. Bronslot on the outside.
Bronslot on his neck.
Count of 8.
Count of 8 now.
He gets Spears up, almost taunting him to
Come
get
on,
back into the
Spears,
ring.
make it
Will
back,
he
make it
break
back.
the count?
No.
Too groggy from the Bronslot.
Bronson laughing away. He knows what he did.
He could have pinned him. He didn't need to. That was just a show of dominance from Reed there.
We've seen it from Bronson in the past. He's happy to do what he likes. He doesn't have to pin you. He just has to prove that he's better. And I think he kind of did that here tonight.
And that is a certified main eventer if there ever was one.
A mighty, mighty man.
Well, another strong showing for FDW. Champions across the board.
A great week. Absolutely fantastic.
Well, stay tuned to Season 3 as we'll continue to build en route to Money in the Bank.
Yes. And
Qualifying matches. Questions need to be answered with Randy and Steiner.
yes, that will not go answered well.
Absolutely. I'm very much looking forward to it, and we hope you are as well. See you soon.
Laters.